This is Rust, and today, thanks to my boys at Spoon Kid and Vital Servers, we will test the new Rust Recoil on a private staging server. In this video, we will go through each gun, see if it was changed or not, and I'll let you guys know what I think about the changes.
This game's trash!
Make sure you stick around to the end of the video to see the new meta-breaking changes to the AK, and let's get started with the Revolver. Okay, so first up we have the old Revolver recoil. As you can see, there's vertical recoil and a little bit of left to right recoil. Alright, first impression of the new Revolver. Nothing changed. Nothing changed with the Revolver, it is still the same. Okay, and now we move on to the SAP. As you can see, there's a little bit of vertical recoil and again, some left to right recoil, similar to the Revolver. Alright, next up we got the SAP. Let's go ahead and see what has changed. I heard this one has changed, so let's try it. Oh god. Okay, so in terms of just general recoil pattern, player recoil comp is on, and it seems to work for the SAP now, so it does not move. It literally doesn't move. And here you can tap. It's about the same speed as the old SAP, but it just doesn't fucking move. Okay, interesting change. The sound is cool. It sounds a lot better than the last SAP. It's a little quieter, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And I just noticed that there's like this weird new screen shake animation when you pull the pistol out, and I think it's every gun now, so. There is also a new extended mag. Let's see if that works with the SAP. It does not, so I don't think you can use the mag on any pistol. And we all know the Python, its recoil consisting of almost only vertical recoil. Alright, next up we're trying the new Python. Okay, the Python's not new, it is the same old Python. Yep, no changes to the Python. Same old Python. On to the M92. Next up, we got one of my favorites, the M92. This one has almost all vertical recoil, and if you use recoil comp true, it will go back to center when you tap fire it. Alright, now we're going to test the new M92. Let's see what they've changed. Nothing. That is interesting. So it appears that they've changed most of the cheaper guns, but have left the military grade guns alone. Yeah, so player recoil comp still works for it. Sound is unchanged, and it appears that recoil is still the exact same. So no changes for the M92. Next up again, one of the most underwhelming guns in the game, the SAR. It is a lot of vertical recoil, however there is some left to right sway with each tap. It makes it a little harder to control when rapidly tap firing. Alright, next up we got a big one of my favorites, the SAR. So first off, immediately I could tell there's a new view model for the SAR. It's really big. Like, it's feels like almost a third the size bigger than the last SAR, so that's interesting. ADS is still the same, the iron sight's still the same, that's good. And test the recoil. Player recoil comp works for the SAR now. Oh, and there's like a metallic ping to it at the bottom. You can hear it when you tap fire. Oh, and it changes tone each time too. Yeah, the pitch changes. Alright, so the new SAR sounds actually really cool. I think that is the type of sound that the gun would make if it were an end of days type deal. I don't know how I feel about visual hit markers. That's really weird. And the crosshair is fine, I guess, but I already have my own crosshair, so right here you can disable crosshair, so we're gonna do that for now. Yeah. Holy shit, the SAR doesn't move. Let's try rapidly firing it. So it's definitely limited to how fast you can fire. Oh, man. Alright, let's turn recoil comp off and see what we can do. It just goes up. There's barely any left to right side sway. Oh my gosh. And it is more accentuated when you're standing, so that's good. Kind of like the old SAR. That's crazy. So a lot of SAR updates, new sound, new recoil, player recoil comp works for it. That's pretty cool. I like it. I'm glad to see new changes to the SAR. Next up, we have a gun that so many people seem to like, but I absolutely despise. It's the M39. This thing almost has entirely vertical recoil, not much left to right side sway and tap fire. That's what we're dealing with for the old recoil. Okay, next up, we got the M39. I'm pretty sure they haven't changed this one, but I'm going to try it. But just like all other military grade weapons, they haven't changed it. So on to the next one, do the custom SMG. Next, we got the custom SMG. As you can see, it's essentially just drawing an S once again. It is literally the Thompson recoil, just a lot less pull. Alright, next up we got a big one. We got the custom SMG. So I know that they changed all the lower grade weapons, so we will see what has changed with the custom. So first off, we're just going to try the recoil pattern. Oh, you're kidding me. It doesn't move. It doesn't move. Oh man. Okay, so new sound is a little interesting. It doesn't sound as like nasty and old as I would expect. Kind of beat up gun too. But holy shit, the new spray, it just doesn't move. And it looks like it has a 4th slot, so you can fit the new extended mag on this. The extended mag gives it, holy shit, a full 6 more rounds. So you can get 30 rounds in the custom now with this extended mag. And let's just try it with a hollow and laser, see what kind of accuracy you can get. Oh man. Alright, so new custom's pretty sick. Very interesting take on it. I don't know why they changed it that much. It literally doesn't move anymore, so that's just very interesting. But yeah, interesting changes of the custom onto the Tommy. Alright, now we have my personal favorite, the Tommy. It is again drawing an S, a little bit more accentuated than the custom SMG though, but a very similar spray pattern. Alright, so next up we got the Tommy. I know that they've changed a lot on this one, and I'm a little scared for it, so let's just see. We'll toss these out because we don't need them. So we're just going stock Tommy, no laser, nothing. Let's see what they have changed. I'm going to start with the general recoil pattern. Alright, that barely moves. Alright, so at 25 meters, this thing is monstrous. Okay, what about the sound of the gun? So no metallic sounds like the SAR, but it is definitely a changed sound. That's interesting. I kind of like it. Okay, we add the hollow onto it. Also kind of interesting. So, I mean, the new Tommy's pretty good. The spray is not very difficult. It's more so just pulling down and to the left, going through a couple bumps. But yeah, interesting change. Don't really know if it makes that big of a difference. I know the old Tommy was very easy to control. This is a little more difficult. Not difficult at close range, but I imagine at far range it would be way more difficult to control just because it moves around a whole bunch. Oh, look at that aim cone. The aim cone is absolutely atrocious. Yeah, so I think part of their goal was eliminating distance spraying, and I think they did a good job on that with this for sure. But we'll see what people come up with to spray at distance. Alright, on to the MP5. Okay, now we have the MP5. Very easy spray, just pulling down on the first couple bullets and then turning it into an S. Easily one of the easiest sprays in the game. Alright, next up we got the MP5. The gun draw animation is the same, however your screen moves when you pull out your gun, the same as every other gun. Okay, starting with just the irons, no laser, nothing. Well, it does have a laser, but it's off. Whoa. Alright, so kind of like every other SMG so far, it just moves a whole bunch side to side with vertical recoil. And I know what they're doing. This is to stop people from spraying at distance. Let's try and actually compensate. Yeah, so it just moves a ton side to side. So I know with that and aim cone, and I'm pretty sure they've added randomness to it as well, and it's going to be very difficult to spray from distance. Very, very interesting. I mean, this is a pretty gun to control. Let's try it at 100. So again, a lot of aim cone. However, it doesn't really move. Like, I'm just barely pulling down, and it's kind of holding right around the center. So interesting. Interesting changes to the MP5. Don't know if I like it too much like I do the other ones, but yeah, that is it for the MP5. Let's go ahead and move on. Next up, we got one of the most beginner-friendly guns in the game, the LR300. This spray is simply pulling down to the left and doing a little S with your mouse right at the end. Nothing too crazy. Alright, next up we got the LR300, and my first impression is that this looks a lot shorter and stubbier now. I don't know if that's the case. Yeah, it definitely feels a lot shorter and stubbier, so yeah, we'll just go for it, but I'm gonna remove the hollow for now, and let's see what happened. I know that this is a military grade weapon, so I anticipate they haven't changed it, but let's check it out. They changed it. Okay. Well, let's get the general spray down real quick. That thing is... What? It doesn't... Oh boy. Okay, so this thing barely moves. Wow. It barely moves. Okay, so the new sound is pretty cool. Yeah, no, the new sound's pretty cool. I don't know about this recoil pattern, mostly because there barely is one. Yeah, I don't know about this. I do not know about this one. So, I mean, in general, I do essentially like it, but, yeah, I feel like this is way too easy. Try to Alright, so pull down a little bit with the hollow, nothing too crazy. But nothing like it used to be, where you had to crank your mouse down and all that. I know this used to be everyone's favorite 8X gun, outside of the M2, of course. And it still is pretty easy with the 8X, so yeah, I don't know. This is impacted by the new extended mag, and it looks like you can add 8 bullets onto it, so that's pretty good. Alright, well, that is the LR. Next, we have the M249. There is a ton of vertical recoil with this gun, as well as a good amount of left to right side sway while you're spraying. Okay, next up we have the M2. Go ahead and see if this has changed. I'm pretty sure this one was not changed, but we could try. It doesn't feel like it's changed. Yeah, I don't think this one's changed at all. It feels pretty easy like the old one. Yeah, no. So no change on the M2. Nothing too crazy there. On to the next one. When I opened up my game, I noticed a new LMG. So this is called the HMLMG. High damage, high rate of fire, belt fed light machine gun, does 58 damage per shot. That is a lot of damage per shot. Compared to the M2, it is 65. Assault rifle still 50, so 58 damage. I wonder where this thing will spawn, but it's got a 60 round mag on it, and the extended mag does not work on this or the M2. So let's just get the general recoil pattern down. Alright, so I can barely see what I'm hitting. Oh, I see. You just pulled down into the left. I do like the decreased rate of fire. That's pretty good. I feel like this would be good with an 8X, though. Oh, yeah. That's pretty crazy. All right, well, that's the new LMG. Didn't know about this one, but it kind of snuck in there. So on to the next gun. And last but certainly not least, we have the AK-47, what starts with a tiny S followed by a large S. This is one of the most difficult recoil patterns to master in the game of Rust. Last but not least, we have the AK-47, or the good old assault rifle. So right out the gate, I know that this one's changed. I know for a fact this one's changed, so I'm ready to be either disappointed or happy. The extended mag does work on it, and it gives you 8 extra rounds. Almost 40 rounds in the AK now that you can have. Damage doesn't seem to be changed or anything like that. I'm going to go ahead and take the hollow off for now, and I'm going to turn the laser off. Let's see what has changed with the AK. I need to reload first. It's gonna take some getting used to. All right, let's see what's changed with the AK. All right, so it appears to go up and to the right to infinity. And the new sound is not good. I do not like that new sound. And trying to compensate for it, I'm just gonna pull down to the left. Oh, this is way too easy. And adding the hollow back onto it. God. I have infinite ammo off, so it's a little weird. Actually, it does bounce out a little bit. Not too easy to manage on the hollow. But altogether, still way easier than the old one. Oh man, yeah, this is strange. And a lot of sway when you're moving. Let's try it at 100 and see what the aim cone's like. Oh, what in the world? Alright, so the AK is going to be a lot more difficult to spray to 100 meters now. There appears to be some randomization with it too, because I'm trying to hold the same pattern and it's changing. So yeah, the new AK is... I don't think we're going to be able to spray it like we used to be able to spray the old AK. But definitely some changes ahead. I'm getting some lucky sprays here, and other times definitely not. But yeah, that is the new AK. Interesting sound, not a huge fan of it. And the new spray is pretty good, but not really a good fan of it either. Aim cone definitely feels like it's a lot bigger, and the recoil compensation attachments don't appear to do that much anymore. Yeah, the accuracy with the hollow is only 10%, and the accuracy with the laser sight is 49%. So, interesting update. So, yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the general updates and cover all those. All right, so in terms of general updates, overall, this is a really good update. At least I feel. This is changing the meta for the game a lot. There's a lot more aim cone at farther distances, it feels like, and there's also some randomization to each spray. So I feel like the whole spraying at 200 meter meta is gone. At least for now. We'll see what happens. I'm sure people will find ways around it, and we'll see some YouTube videos pop up where people have figured things out. But I did notice, first and foremost, that the hollow sight only does 10% accuracy now. If I'm not mistaken, it used to do 75. So this is really good. This is kind of eliminating that gap that it used to make. And the laser sight, I feel, still does a lot, though I feel 49 is definitely lower than it used to be. So that's also good. Additionally, they added the new HMLMG to the game. This thing is pretty sick. I don't know about it distance, but yeah, pretty cool gun. The sound's really good for sure. And another thing that they added is the extended mag. So as you can see in the bottom left here, this gives my AK 38 rounds. I feel like this will definitely be a meta changing upgrade. I move this down here. Yeah, so capacity plus 25%. So that's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. What else I have noticed is, of course, the new hit markers. Maybe not with that one or something. Yeah, so at distance, there's a hit marker, and of course you have the new crosshair, but this is, fortunately, you can toggle that. So the new crosshair is not good. I do not like it, so I'm going to keep that off. They added a head bob option, so yeah, your head definitely moves while you're sprinting. We can turn that off and it crashed my game. So, but all right, that is all the new changes to Rust. So yeah, just don't turn head bobbing off. Don't do that. So, what do you guys think? Do you like the changes? Do you think they're trash? Let me know what you think down in the comments. As always, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Peace.